So what happens when a province fails? Firstly, the right structures need to be in place for a province to succeed. The Constitution states that the national government must develop the administrative capacity of the provinces. If that's in place and it still fails, then the national executive can step in and take over to maintain established service standards, economic unity, or national security. First, they need to alert the province what has gone wrong and what they need to change. If this doesn't work, then the national executive can take over. To do this, the national executive must tell the NCOP within 14 days after the intervention begins. The NCOP is responsible for monitoring such an intervention. If it continues, they must review regularly and give recommendations to the national executive. The intervention must end if the NCOP disapproves. This is just the same way that provincial governments are allowed to step in and take over local governments that are not performing up to scratch. And how do you remove an MEC or Premier? Members of the Executive Council of the provinces are accountable to their premiers who appointed them and can dismiss them. A Premier can only be removed by the legislature, which would need to adopt a resolution with 2/3 majority. And that is only on the grounds of a serious violation of the Constitution or the law, if the Premier is guilty of serious misconduct, or the inability to perform their functions of office. Just like a fired president, a Premier who is removed from office in this way cannot receive any benefits of office and cannot hold public office again. So just like the national level and the local level, there are ways for provinces to be monitored too.